Planet. You watching the Big Bumper TV. Yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Pop Poke. And the title is Remy Ma's son responsible for murder of Nicki Manaj's cousin. The real story. Yeah, man. So I done seen news segments about this situation, but like I really don't have no background on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I guess this gonna shine a little light on what happened. You know what I'm saying? So let's check out the video.
The 23-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection to a murder in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was a murder for hire.
All right, Fox 5's Teresa Priolo joins us live from Astoria where the victim lived. Teresa, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Steve and Natasha, residents I spoke to here, they didn't know the victim, but they do know who Remy Ma is, and they're telling us that they hope her celebrity doesn't play into this case. Tonight, we are learning that victim was allegedly killed by Remy Ma's son, Jason Jace Scott.
If you thought Remy, Massachusetts and Nicki Minaj's beef was wild before, you won't believe what's happening now. For those who might be new here, Remy, Massachusetts and Nicki Minaj have had a long-standing feud that dates back over a decade. It all started in 2007 when Nicki claimed to be the queen of rap, which didn't sit well with Remy, who had just released her debut album. Since then, they've been trading shots through diss tracks and interviews with no signs of burying the hatchet. Now, things have taken a shocking turn. Remy, Massachusetts' son, Jason Scott, was recently arrested by the NYPD. He's facing serious charges, including first-degree murder, after allegedly being involved in the death of a man named Darius Gilbo. And here's where it gets even messier. Rumor has it that Darius Gilbo is actually Nicki Minaj's cousin. This has set off a firestorm of accusations, with Nicki accusing Remy of targeting her family. Stay tuned because we're diving deep into this messy situation.
23-year-old Scott was arrested today on first-degree murder and weapons charges. It's unclear if he pulled the trigger or if he hired the hit that took the life of Darius Gilbo, who lived here at the Ravenswood houses in Astoria. The crime occurred nearby in broad daylight back in 2021. Gilbo took hits to the head and to the chest. Gilbo had an extensive criminal history. 8 months before he was killed, I'll tell you that a second man, a man by the name of Richard Swigert, was also arrested and charged with and weapons charges. Steve and Natasha, it's unclear what led to this, if there was any relationship between these guys before this happened. We can tell you that we are expecting Scott to be arraigned.
Man, that's crazy that Nicki and Remy got beef. You know what I'm saying? I kind of did hear like some stuff from back in the days where they was like cool, and then like they fell out. You know what I'm saying? But if Remy sent her own son to go do some stuff like this, that'd be kind of crazy. I don't know, man.
Early next week.
All right, let's start with the deets of Jason Scott's arrest. On June 7th, 2021, the NYPD nabbed Remy, Massachusetts' son and slapped him with a first-degree murder charge. That's a serious charge, suggesting he planned it out and meant to do it. He's also facing charges for having a weapon and being reckless. These charges alone paint a dark picture of what went down, indicating that not only did someone lose their life, but there was also a major threat to everyone's safety. But Jason Scott wasn't alone in this alleged crime. His friend Richard Swigert got arrested too and hit with similar charges like reckless endangerment and having a weapon. Richard being involved adds another layer to this case, making it seem like it might have been a planned attack instead of a spur-of-the-moment act of violence. Now, let's talk about what happened that night. The whole thing went down at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard, a usually busy area that turned into a crime scene. The NYPD got a 911 call about a guy getting shot there. When they got there, they found Darius Gilbo knocked out and not breathing with multiple gunshot wounds to his head and chest. They rushed Darius to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, but sadly he was pronounced dead when he got there. The official statement from the NYPD made it clear that this was a serious crime and the cops acted fast. They said it wasn't just some random act of violence, but a targeted attack, which has led to intense speculation and concern within the community. The arrest of Jason Scott and Richard Swigert is just the beginning of what's going to be a complicated legal battle. If they're found guilty, their lives could change forever.
So it was one of my boys, you know? It's on 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard. And my boy D-Block, a.k.a. Darius. You know, he was gunned down. Supposedly 2 men ran up on him and took his life in broad daylight. at 1 p.m. in Queens.
Now, let's take a closer look at the victim.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That's crazy. That was a straight hit. What y'all think possessed him to do that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all think his mom wasn't taking care of him, or do y'all think he was just trying to help a friend out or something? Because it'd be like weird situations like that where like a parent will take care of their child, but then the child will be trying to take care of other people too. You know what I'm saying? So then that could have led to this. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Pooh Shiesty situation, like he got a record deal. He really ain't need no money, but they were still out there robbing people because he had a team. You know what I'm saying? So that was like stupid too.
Darius Gilbo, who also went by D Block. He wasn't just some random guy passing by, he had a long history with the law. He'd been arrested 13 times and did 3 separate stints in jail. His illegal activities and connections made him a well-known figure in his community, and people knew what he was about. Darius was such a big deal in the criminal world that he was one of the main targets in Operation Heatwave, a big investigation led by the state attorney general's office. They were trying to take down major networks, and Darius was one of the 54 people indicted in November 2020. His rap sheet and reputation made him out to be a seasoned deep in the underworld. But here's where things get really interesting. Darius Gilbo wasn't just a regular guy, he was also cousins with Kenneth Petty, who happens to be Nicki Minaj's husband. That family connection adds a personal twist to this already high-profile case. It's not just a story about a tragic murder anymore, it's a potential chapter in the ongoing drama between Remy, Massachusetts and Nicki Minaj. The fact that the victim is directly related to Nicki's husband has people speculating and coming up with theories about possible motives and setups behind the crime.
D Block, the OG drug kingpin that was killed by Remy, my son, and another one of his affiliates in the for hire, is blood cousins to Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, man. Now, Nicki ain't making the rumors and speculation, which this is not rumor, this is New York law, but I'm a blogger, this is street rumors. She didn't make it no better because she decided to go on Twitter and say, call Webb. No, she said that on Instagram, call Webb. Webb is Queen's Flip's cousin. Webb is a big guy who can probably, you feel me? And she said, who up? Now, with people not understanding about what Nicki said, who up, and I feel like this was absolutely stupid, is she said this at 9:30 at night, Eastern time. What do you mean, who up? So people in the comment section like, what type of question is that, Nicki? Of course we're wide awake and all that. And I'm like, Twitter's so lost because I don't think she quite meant who up, as in who up, not sleep, but who up, if you know what I mean.
The revelation of this family connection has not only
who up, like up, man, you know what I'm saying? Who got sent to the upper room, man, you know what I mean? That's crazy, and then that's incriminating at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of rappers think they be like just throwing subliminals, but really though, it don't be subliminals. You can catch what they talking about, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of self-snitching if something happened, you know what I'm saying?
shocked fans, but also made the feud between Remy, Massachusetts and Nicki Minaj even more intense. Nicki's fans have been going off on social media, suggesting that Remy, Massachusetts might have had a hand in planning the attack. This has ramped up the tension, turning a tragic incident into a possible breaking point in the celebrity feud. A person commented saying, "This is true. He was Kenneth's cousin, but was very close to Nicki as well. I'm sure this has something to do with Remy and Nicki." Another one wrote, "It's so crazy because she's standing up for her son doing a second-degree crime."
When everything happened, where they were saying, "Oh, Remy's gonna go back to jail," like with the stupid story with the girl.
You know about that?
He called me going crazy. Like, I will go crazy on he has a bad temper. I will go crazy on anybody. They're not gonna take you away from my sister like they did to me. Like he has anger issues, and it's hard. It's hard. And then even when I got into the beef with old girl and she was saying, whatever, who leaves their kid over my like first of all, like I was okay because I'm like, I know what the real situation is. But he's a kid, so if he goes to school and he gets into an argument with somebody, like it's times where he came home from school like, well, what happened? Oh, somebody said this, and this to me, and I whooped it. I'm like, yo, when I catch this, I'm like, I had to really like, baby, that like what our situation is, but kids, it's so hard when you're dealing with children because it's a whole nother person. And then here's a lot of me.
To truly understand.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think she sicked her own son to go do that unless her son is like a real savage and like good at what he do, and that's his thing, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think she supposed to support her son, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't she support her son? You know what I'm saying? Especially during a time like this. Shit, that's your son. Your son is your son. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna turn on my son because he did caught a murder case. Shit. Like that's my son, so I'm gonna be there for my son regardless. You know what I'm saying, right or wrong, shit. I hope I'll be able to talk to him and get through to him. You know what I'm saying, but shit, I'll never give up on my damn child.
Understand the gravity of the current situation, we need to revisit the long-standing feud between Remy, Massachusetts, and Nicki Minaj. This beef has been simmering for over a decade and has been marked by some of the most memorable diss tracks and confrontations in hip-hop history. The conflict between Remy, Massachusetts, and Nicki Minaj began in 2007, centered around the coveted title of the Queen of Rap. Remy, Massachusetts had just released her debut album, There's Something About Remy, which featured her boldly declaring herself the Queen of Rap. This didn't sit well with Nicki Minaj, who was rising through the ranks and positioning herself as the new face of female rap. In 2007, Nicki released her mixtape, which included the track Dirty Money. This track featured several lines that many believed were aimed directly at Remy Ma, including the now famous line, "Tell that B with the crown to run it like Chris Brown." Remy, Massachusetts didn't take kindly to these perceived slights and responded by calling out Nicki in various interviews, setting the stage for a feud that would only intensify over the years. Fast forward to 2016, and the beef was far from over. Remy, Massachusetts reignited the feud with her collaboration with Fat Joe on the track Money Showers, where she again took shots at Nicki. This led to a series of back and forths between the two, with Nicki responding in tracks like Make Love, where she mocked Remy's album sales and questioned her relevance in the rap game. The most notable confrontation came in February 2017 when Remy, Massachusetts dropped the scathing diss track Shether, set to the beat of Nas's Ether. Remy pulled no punches, accusing Nicki of everything from ghostwriting to plastic surgery. The nearly 7-minute track was filled with brutal takedowns and personal attacks, making headlines and sparking intense discussions among hip-hop fans. Nicki responded with a trio of tracks, including No Frauds, where she defended herself and clapped back at Remy, but Shether remains one of the most talked about diss tracks in recent memory.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think like Nicki, she got more of the pop type crowd. You know, she like bigger. She got the popularity vote for sure, but I ain't gonna lie, like Remy Ma really be like spitting, like she got real bars and context to her music, you know what I'm saying? So like personally, I think Remy Ma pretty much better than Nicki, but Nicki do got the popularity vote, you know what I'm saying?
What's the true motivation for Remy Ma's son to pick up a pistol to go D Block with somebody else? The only thing that could possibly make sense if this is for hire, Remy dropped the bag. Her son, who loves his mama more than anything, right? Probably picked up the stick to go handle an issue involving his mama and D Block. And he had the bag, or he was probably given the bag by Remy, and he went ahead and, paid somebody else to come along, and they did the drill. The only motivation I can see this kid going out and doing the drill, bro, is if his mama was disrespected or if he was riding for his mama. Now, the theory of Nicki Minaj subliminally putting out a hit on Twitter, telling the goons, who up, go ahead and slide. I'm not going to read too much into this, bro, but I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire, and I do believe there's something to this theory involving Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma.
Throughout their feud, both artists have used their music and social media to throw jabs at each other, keeping the tension alive and their fans engaged. This ongoing beef provides crucial context for the recent events involving Remy, Massachusetts' son and Nicki Minaj's cousin, as it adds a layer of personal animosity to an already volatile situation. With the history,
I ain't gonna lie, like if this true, then it just shows like the diss culture in hip hop is like terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like even the females, like getting into like serious beef over music. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
History of their feud in mind, it's no surprise that speculation has been rampant about Remy, Massachusetts' possible involvement in the recent tragedy. The arrest of Jason Scott, coupled with the fact that the victim, Darius Gilbo, is related to Nicki Minaj's husband, has led many to question whether this was more than just a random act of violence. Rumors have been circulating that the attack on Darius Gilbo might have been a hit orchestrated by Remy, Massachusetts herself. Given the bitter history between Remy and Nicki, some fans and observers believe that Remy might have had a motive to target Nicki's family. While these claims are purely speculative at this point, Nicki Minaj and her fans have not taken these developments lightly. Nicki has been vocal on social media, suggesting that Remy, Massachusetts might be behind the attack. This has only intensified the online battle between their fan bases, with Nicki's supporters calling for justice and pointing fingers at Remy. The reactions from Nicki Minaj's camp have been very chilling. Nicki herself posted cryptic messages on social media, including a tweet that read, "Who up? What I just found out." This has led to even more speculation about what she knows and whether there might be more to the story than what has been publicly revealed. Meanwhile, Remy, Massachusetts has maintained her son's innocence and called for a thorough investigation. In a statement, she expressed her support for Jason and emphasized the need for privacy during this difficult time. Despite her reassurances, the recent curiosity and the relentless media coverage have kept the story in the spotlight. But what do you guys think about the latest twists and turns in this dramatic case? Do you believe there's more to the story than meets the eye? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it was like no paid hit by Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? And I think like the media, how they covering this right now, just like the context of this video, you know what I'm saying? They gonna start something bigger than it is, you know what I'm saying? Because these females have money, you know, so like they can just pay people to go do crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like shit, they can fuck around and get the neighborhood wiped out entertaining this, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, like I don't know, like her son, shit, he could have just went crazy, you know what I'm saying? He didn't look right though. I ain't gonna lie. Like his mugshot, he don't look nothing like the other videos and stuff of him. So like he could have been going through some things, you know what I'm saying? But really though, who knows though? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Remy did pick the hit out. Shit, who knows? But let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Bay Bomber TV. And the next time, peace.